morning, it's Tandy from Common Ground, Alaska. Today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about fermented chicken feed. We are raising out just shy of 100 meat chickens this year for us and for our son. And we're fermenting all of the feed, most of the feed that we're giving them. So there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it actually fills them up a little faster. And also it's just better for their gut. Just like fermented foods are better for us, the fermented feed is better for them. When I first heard about it, I thought it was weird. And then I thought, oh, that's gonna be way too complicated. Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna ferment all their feed? Especially with 100 chickens, that just kind of seemed like a lot. But we came up with a really simple system that can be increased for more chickens. You can have less, make smaller batches for fewer chickens, and it's really simple to do. I think we have an advantage in Alaska in how we go about fermenting our feed because, well, let's face it, especially this summer, it's a whole lot cooler than it is in other places. So we haven't really had a mold issue. We did one day have some food that got moldy, and that was because we got messed up on our system and we fed out of the wrong bucket and it sat there a little longer. So if we have an especially warm summer, we'll talk a little bit about what to do if you're worried about mold. But the key is to stay 3 days ahead. So you can see we have 3. Here's the one we're going to be making today. This is the one that we fed out of this morning. And then we have another one here that is from a couple days ago. And so every day when we use a container, then we're just going to fill it with new feed. So basically, it's really simple. We get our feed from Fred Smith. He is based out of Big Lake. And so it's not pelleted feed. It's just the ground up actual grains. So you can do this with pelleted feed too, to my understanding. But I really like our just plain feed. It's just ground up. So here's 3 buckets worth. We do 6 a day, and that just about feeds all of our birds. We're still finding our system here. I stopped at 3 because I made cheese yesterday. So I have some whey left over. I have a lot more than this, but I'm going to make some bread and stuff. So I have some whey left over. And I also put some sourdough discard in here, some extra that I had. So I'm going to pour that over top. You don't have to do this if you don't have extra of anything, but if you do, then it just adds to the nutrients of your feed. So, and then I'll add my 3 more buckets. And this is not precise. Like you can see, this bucket's not all the way full. And so we're just going by about what the chickens will eat in a day. I don't know what they would eat with dry feed a day, but I know that they go through dry feed a lot faster than they do the wet feed. So, we're definitely saving money here, and it's better, it's more nutritionally sound for them, so it's kind of a win-win. So I put my 6 buckets in. Now I'm just going to spray it down. So you can see there's some kind of standing water in here, but it won't be for long. I sprayed a bunch of water in here. Now I'm just going to mix it up. I mix it by hand. I think it's easier. So you can see most of this is still completely dry. I just put all that water on there, and most of it's completely dry. So we mix it up, and then we do it again. Then we'll mix it up again. It gets pretty heavy as you're mixing the water in, that's for sure. But it's definitely clumpier now. And it's wet all the way through. That's the important thing, that you've gotten oh, there's a dry spot right there. That you've gotten the feed wet all the way through. So you just keep adding water. Keep adding water, keep stirring it up. It's okay if on the first time when you're adding water, it's okay if it feels like there's some extra, because it will definitely soak it up throughout the day. So you just get it all mixed in good. And once you're sure that you've kind of gotten all the water mixed in, then you put a layer of water on the top, and that'll be soaked in by this evening for sure. Okay, so that's it. So basically, this should have been done last night, but it was too dark to make the video. So the way that this would have worked is this was made last night. So it would have already started fermenting overnight. This one is the one that we fed out of this morning, and this one is still sitting here fermenting. What I do when I come in the barn in the morning and in the evening, and multiple times throughout the day, is we will stir the feeds at least once a day. We'll stir them and add a little more water. Keeping that layer of water on top helps to make sure that you're not going to end up with mold, which is just a major bummer, because that's a lot of feed, and you sure don't want it molding. I don't know someone will ask, so I'll just mention it. If you get mold, the one time that we had it happen, it was on the top. So we went down, I don't know, about that far, and I checked, and it didn't seem to be molding it anymore, so I went ahead and fed it. That's entirely your call. You might think that's a terrible idea, and that's okay. You certainly don't have to do that. So this will get set down there. It'll sit here and ferment. Again, just stir it. I'll stir it tonight. I'll definitely add more water to this one. This is the one we're feeding out of today, so this one will get started tonight. And then the last one, I just will stir it up and add more water. And if you keep just a nice little bit of water if you add just a little bit of water on the top, then that pretty much solves all the mold issues. And I just think it's really neat to think of how much more nutrient dense I can make their food, and how much better I can feed them for the same amount of money. I think that's just, I just think that's awesome to do, and it's super simple. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. Please be sure to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We're not very active on Instagram. And also, if you're interested in learning about impromptu things on the farm, maybe U-Pick is opening, or if we have a sale on a class, sometimes we'll have like a flash sale. A couple hours is all you have to sign up. Then you can sign up for our texting service, which is, you can find information for that on our website. So I hope you have a nice day, and enjoy your chickens. Thank you.